Hi everybody, welcome to Chow Time. I am Spike Spencer, and today we are making up some lasagna. That's right, when you say lasagna, you have to use your hand like this, I think. I'm gonna do this a very, very simple way that everybody can understand. And it's gonna be gluten-free. I know, I'm not a gluten-free cook, but I found the gluten-free actually works really, really well because I don't have to pre-cook these bad boys. I like that, but you do have to adjust the cooking time a little bit. So let's start with the lasagna. You've got to have a couple of things. You do have to have a red sauce, which I already have pre-made. That's a whole other show, which I haven't done yet. My red sauce changes just about every time I make it. I just do something different all the time. So I don't think I've ever had a red sauce that has been exactly the same, ever. However, when I was in Italy making my red sauce, I used pancetta or prosciutto as a base, and then I would make my red sauce, and it was so good. So that's what I recommend you do. Use one of those as a base. Try that. It'll knock your socks off. Anywho, if you don't have a red sauce pre-made, you could buy a red sauce. I'm sorry, I just said that. You could. Or you can make a really quick marinara sauce out of a can of tomatoes and some basil and salt and pepper and some garlic. Boom, blend it up, you got a red sauce. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to set our ricotta. So you need ricotta cheese, or ricotta. And we're going to put some ricotta we're gonna put that in a bowl, and we're gonna throw in some salt, a little more salt, a little pepper in there. There we go, pepper. I'm gonna do something interesting with this lasagna though. I have kids and I try to get greens in them any way I possibly can. And one of the ways I do that is I use a lot of frozen spinach. And frozen spinach is really great in lasagna. Of course, you wanna unfreeze it first. And you wanna squeeze all of the liquid out of it. See, I got all the liquid out. When spinach freezes, it's very, very, very liquidy. So you gotta squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. Then I just mix that in with the ricotta. Squish down there, here we go. Get all that out of there, all that sweet goodness. Sweet, sweet goodness. So we've got ricotta, we got spinach, we've got salt, we got pepper, and I am going to rock out on a whole lot of garlic. Yes. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 cloves of garlic here. If you don't like garlic, I'm sorry. What's wrong with you? Garlic is fantastic, fabulous, and amazing, and it goes so well in lasagna. It is the best. And I want to chop some of that up, and I get it in the ricotta because it really will spread through and mesh very well with the lasagna. That's good. Big chunky garlic is totally fine. Yes, sorry guys, I'm always this way. Yeah, yummy, yummy, yummy. So lasagna is somewhat of an American complicated affair. In Italy, not so much. We were in Monelia on our honeymoon, and I remember there's this little restaurant in Monelia, and this guy's name was Franco. I had talked about another restaurant that was amazing. This one was amazing too, but just different. There's a different feel in Italy about food. Everything is seasonal, and they don't mind food like vegetables and fruits going bad. They'll still find a way to make them work. Because sometimes, like for example, I did banana bread. If you haven't seen the Banana Bread Show, please watch the Banana Bread Show. Like, comment, and subscribe. The banana bread, like bananas, when they go black, most people go, ooh, ick, no. Well, that's the best time for banana bread. It's full of flavor. Anyway, I'll get back to Franco in a second. So this is our ricotta. It's all mixed up. We're gonna be putting that in layers. We've got the spinach, salt, pepper, and garlic all mixed up in there now. I have another special, super secret ingredient we'll talk about in a minute. But anyway, so Franco he made this lasagna, and it was a lot of pasta and a little bit of sauce. There was really not much going on there. I found it interesting because it was a simple affair, extremely tasty, but it was not crazy, big, beefy, bad boy lasagna like we make here, which is what we're making today. This is a meat sauce Most of my red sauces are meat sauces. I love good bolognese. There we go. A little olive oil on my hands, a little on my face, just to get in there. Okay, I have oiled down my pan first because I would like, preferably, to have things not stick. I am going to start with 1 ladle of sauce, and maybe a little bit more, and just spread it out evenly as much as I can. I just want to have a little layer here. I don't want to have a whole bunch of stuff on the bottom. It's not a lasagna soup. There we go. Okay, then I'm going to take my lasagna sheets. So this is where it comes in. How do you like your lasagna sheets? Do you like a lot of lasagna? Do you like a little lasagna? I like some good lasagna sheets. So I'm going to put 6 here. They're overlapping. That's fine. The trick is you need to make sure you put sauce on top of the sheets. That liquid is going to be very, very necessary because when it cooks, it might not cook all the way through. And then you have this very, very al dente lasagna. Not nice. I've had that happen to me a couple of times. And when that does happen, it only happens with the gluten-free. I mean, obviously, it's not going to happen with the regular pasta. So it's a little tricky. And like I said, I'm not a gluten-free chef, but my family's gluten-free for the most part. So I want to cover it very well and make sure it's all completely covered. See? Da-da-da. That is covered. Then we go with the next round, which is cheese. So I have mozzarella. Mozzarella. It's fun. When I went over to Italy, I started training in Italian. I wanted to speak Italian, so I knew what was going on. And I learned nothing, basically, in the end run. The one thing that I knew how to say very, very well is 2 bicchieri vino rosso della casa, per favore, e una agua gassata. Grazie mille, grazie. So that was, I just ordered 2 glasses of the house red wine, which, by the way, you go to Italy, don't you drink anything other than house red wine. There's no reason to. It is so good. It's nuts how good it is. All right, so we're putting down a layer of cheese. Now we're going to put down a layer of ricotta. So this gets a little difficult because you have to smush it around, but I put it all down first. I'll put about half of this, and I'll be doing another layer in a bit, the second layer, and I'll have more ricotta. So you want to try to get it big enough where you can slather it across, cover all that cheese without smushing everything all over the place. Not bad. Doing okay. Hey, all right. Here we go. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. All right. I make a pretty thick lasagna. People seem to like it, so I like uniformity in my bites. So if I'm doing a sandwich or something, I want to make sure that whatever I'm spreading on the sandwich, it covers like every piece of the bread. So when I was a kid, I used to do that, and somebody said, "You should be a chef someday." Cool. Those are our neighbors in Oklahoma. I lived there for a little while. What did you do in Oklahoma? Dodge tornadoes. What do you think? Actually, that's where I played tennis. And then I did it in Houston too. Anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about you. How are you? Next, I'm going to do my secret weapon. So I've done another show. I haven't done a show yet on this. So I make pestos whenever I have extra parsley, cilantro, anything green. You got the stems and stuff. Make a pesto. Or you have some stuff out of your yard, kale, carrot tops. Make pesto out of it, and then you freeze it in a bag. Then, whenever you want to use it, which it works really well in this recipe, then you can take it like this, and you can make this like a pastry bag, or a pastry bag, or whatever we call it. And I'm going to cut the edge off here. Now, as long as everything works well and doesn't explode on me, I have a way to squeeze it out all over, get some really nice flavor here, and I can gauge about half of this bag. Almost there. Almost there. Hold. Almost there. Okay, that looks pretty nice. I'm going to put this other level of flavor. I'm going to put some Parmesan now. And I love this little Parmesan thing. I don't want to put too much Parmesan because you kind of lose it in the lasagna. And you're going to probably put Parmesan on top. I always put fresh Parmesan on top of my lasagna. Anyway, now let's go for the next layer here. Smush it down nicely. Let's all smush. Oh, get over to the edge. There we go. Look at you. Fabulous. I think that's really all. I'm just going to do 2 layers, I think. I'm going to give it a little push down. I want to try to get as much contact with the lasagna sheet as I can. And then we hit it with some mo sauce. Sauce, baby. I do love this sauce. It smells so good. There's a great sauce. Besides the sauce that I made in Italy, which was absolutely phenomenal, I used fennel. And I didn't even realize that that was such a a cool deal. It was just seasonal there. So fennel was one of the things I made, sort of a mirepoix, and added a little fennel to it, fresh fennel. And then there was a recipe in Thomas Keller's book, one of his books, and it was for a red sauce that he did in the oven partially. And I did that one as well, and it was absolutely phenomenal. So good. Okay, so we have covered the lasagna sheets in the sauce, so we get lots of that. Now I'm gonna a lot more cheese. A lot more cheese, please. So I may, let's see how we go. Put a whole lot of cheese here. I may do more cheese. This is gonna be pretty much the end of my lasagna. So what I will do, can you ever really have enough cheese? I mean, think about it. I mean, if you're lactose intolerant, yes, that's not good. And for that, I am sorry. Oh, cheese. Cheese is so good. Take another batch here. Another hit. I might. Let's see what I'm going to do here. How I'm going to finish it off. There we go. So I don't have as much left here, so it's another little layer. Will I do another layer of lasagna sheets? I don't think I can. There's really not much room left in this bad boy. So I'll put this out as far as it can go. Just get it over here, a little over there. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's all going to be smushed together anyway. But remember what I said. I got that little OCD thing going where I'm like, oh, I got to get every little piece in it. I just don't like that. That doesn't make me happy. That's all right. It's all right. Shh. You'll be fine, Spike. There we go. Okay. So what would go next here? Well, some sheets would go next, but I don't think I have enough room. So, luckily I have more sauce, which is fabulous. Oh, a little more Parmesan. There we go. I'll go ahead and get rid of the rest of what's in here. Okay, beautiful. Hit that other parsley pesto jam right here. I like my lasagnas to be pretty saucy. I don't like a dry lasagna. So I'm gonna hit it with another layer of meat sauce on top. Beautiful, here we go. And then cover it with a little more cheese to round it out. You could do, again, you can layer this any way you want. And that's the cool part. Lasagna is very forgiving. It really is. It's much more forgiving than ex-girlfriends. See what I did there? Never mind. Okay, a little more red sauce. A light smattering of red sauce. I don't want to do too much because it will overflow, cook over a bit. Nice. I mean, the red sauce really is kind of the star of your lasagna. But when you add a whole bunch of extra stuff, you can get very creative. Here we go. And now, as the binder, I will add more cheese. Just a light bit of cheese. That'll keep it all pretty much covered. Now when I put it in the oven, sometimes these bad boys do cook over. So when you put it in the oven, you want to put it on a tray so that it doesn't, if it does boil over, it doesn't boil over into your oven, which is not good. Yeah, interesting. This side is higher. Perfect. Okay, and now a little bit of chaise to top her off. So I know a lot of times you'll have these lasagnas with just tons and tons of cheese. I like to have, like I said, more meat. So this will still brown a little bit, but it's going to be more cheesy than that wonderful cheesy top that gets all just so much cheese. Sometimes that's a little too much for me. It's not always, but I think this is nice. It's pretty. It lets you know, dude, there is some meat in there. And I got my buddies coming, so I want to make sure that I have a solid lasagna right here. Look at this. A little more. Finish up all the cheese. It's a good little workout here too. There we go. Boom. That is done. Hit it with a little salt. And I'm going to hit it with a little olive oil, because that's the way I roll. There it is. Now what we're going to do is we have an oven, 425. I'm going to cover it with foil. I'm going to pop it in there, and it's going to take a little time. Like I said, I'll probably put it in there for about an hour, and then I'll uncover it and let this cook up top. And then I will come back and show you the finished lasagna. I'll see you soon. Ooh, it's heavy. All right, guys, we are back with our lasagna. So I cooked it for 1 hour covered. Then I took the cover off, and I had aluminum foil that I used to cover it. And of course, the aluminum foil got all that cheese stuck onto it. So as I took the lid off, I would scrape the cheese down to get as much cheese on it. I didn't want to have it all on the aluminum foil and not on the lasagna. So I scraped that down, and I put that down on top. And then I went for about another 20 minutes or so and kept cooking. And then I took it out, and I've let it sit for a while. Because if I tried to cut while it was really, really hot, it would just bleh. It would be gross and nasty. We don't want that. So now we're going to cut a piece up so that we can see it. And what I would do is run my knife around. I would run my knife around the whole lasagna right now. There we go. Keep going all the way around. Round and round. There we go. And then I would cut this into probably 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. Got my guys coming over, so we're going to have some lasagna. So I know this should probably just be 2 pieces, right? It'd be 1, 2, 3, like 8 pieces for the guys. But I will cut it into thirds for like an actual human size portion. Like a normal human. My guys are big eaters, so yeah. My dudes and fellas. Let's see. Here's the fun thing about lasagna. The first piece is never pretty. Just know that. So we take the first one, and I'm going to put it on the board here to the side, because it will not come out very well, I think. And that's okay. Let's pry that first one out of there, because I'm trying to get a showstopper. We're going for the money shot here, people. The good stuff. And that ain't it. It's beautiful. Tasty. I'll guarantee you that. That is not the money shot. Now I can come in from this angle, get all the way underneath there, pull it straight up. So we got the layers set right down in the middle of my plate. Mi platillo. Oh, hello, you beautiful thing. Hi, gorgeous. How are you? There we go. Now we would hit it with a little greenery, of course. Got a nice little greenery. I would hit it with a little olive oil, which I don't have. It's over there. Oh, stop saying bam. It's already been trademarked. Boom, kaboom, kapowski, kashnurk. And then a little bit of real Parmesan. Don't you dare use that powdered Parmesan, I swear to you. Terrible. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a thing of beauty. This is a lasagna with some spinach in there. We've got some parsley, what was that? Parsley pesto that I made. It's been a long day. And it is ready to go. It is perfect, and it is going to taste absolutely fantastic. Let's get a nice shot here. Ladies and gentlemen, there's your money shot right there. Check it out. Oh, a thing of beauty. I love it. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me for Chow Time, the lasagna episode. And please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you like in your lasagna. Give me some ideas. Give me some things I can work with and give it a shot. And tell all your friends all about Chow Time. And I'll see you next episode, whatever that is. I don't know which way we're going to put it out. It's going to be awesome either way. Thank you so much. I'm Spike Spencer saying see you later. And let's eat.